Man, come on, that ain't right. What's going on, man? How we doing? Yo, Connor. There's my man. Whew. So how has everyone's week been? Can you how is it now, Connor? Ooh, boom. There we go. Been a week, huh? How so, man? What's been going on with it? Oh my god. As I legitimately 15 minutes ago woke up. Like I had robotics this morning, and then I got back and me and the wife went out because I had to go. Well, we went to Barnes and Nobles. Oh yeah. We about to get there, Connor. We about to get there real quick. Had to go to Barnes and Nobles. Got me a book. I bought Dune. Never read the book. Literally just watched the movie last week while all the dudes were here doing my housework. And then we had to go across town to a Northern Tool because I had to go and get me a shirt because I started welding this week, and I did like 5 baby welds, right? Just playing around, and I don't know if you can see it, but this hand and arm, this one is sunburnt from the weld. Because I was wearing a short sleeve shirt and no gloves. Alright, we'll see. Thanks, Josh. I guess we'll see you next time, man. Go take your brother somewhere. Tell him to get his own car. But yeah, nah, I did not I don't know why it didn't occur to me, but it did not occur. I mean, he can drive. I could drive when I was 13. But no, it did not occur to me that the light from the welding arc will sunburn you. And yeah, like legit, probably 10 minutes. 10 minutes of welding. Woke up, got in the shower this morning, and that water, warm water, hit it, and I was like, ooh, what is this? Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, like from 10 minutes of welding, got a sunburn. So yeah, we're gonna have to be careful next year. Students is gonna have to. That's another thing on the safety test. Is to make sure you don't wear short sleeves. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got here. Oh goodness. Scheduled midterm. Weird. I mean, it's gonna be in the it is gonna be in the shop, and I'm going to have a curtain. So y'all be fine. Y'all be fine. Y'all be fine. Just be careful. That's all it is. Alright, Josh. Take care, man. We'll see you next time. Or later tonight, depending. You can't hear me, Connor? That sucks. You can hear me though. You can hear me, right, Josh? Giving a friend therapy. Well, how about this right here? You let me know when that friend therapy is done, because I got PowerPoint pulled up and we are ready to go. You'll see. Don't say that. There we go. Alright, well, while we, while we waiting on Connor to get done, giving his friend therapy. What do I want to play today? You know what? I should buy the season pass. It's only $16 now. It's for both of the expansions. How long that's there for? Regardless, I'm gonna get back into this. God, look at all the freaking I don't even know what quest I'm doing right now. But look at all of them.
With the right to confiscate any objects forbidden by
Come, treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
I warn you now, I don't sell to your kind, whether you have the coin or not. Where's your master anyway?
Etienne sent me.
Oh,
Didn't
what is
know
this?
he had his own bearer.
Man, I'm about tired of these old crusted over.
All right, quickly now, before the guards notice.
All these crusted over women telling me that they're not gonna sell to me. Like I want them. Well, like I want their wares.
That is no burden off my back. And this.
It
is
worked
for
fine on
Etienne.
PC for what little I played. I think
Drink.
Not just any drink, the very best.
I think what I'm
Specially
gonna do
distilled from our most discerning
is
customers.
that is
The guards
goof.
find that,
Um,
they'll seize it before you can blink. You keep it well hidden. All right. If Etienne likes it, tell him there's more where that came from.
ooh,
For a price, of course.
what a
Of course.
night walker. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe tomorrow or Monday I'm gonna play Night Rain, the new Elden Ring game that I bought the other day. And we'll see when Connor's available to play, because I don't want to play it by myself, because that seems like it will be boring.
I have no business with Brand.
Man, all these dudes suck.
I have business with you.
Ooh.
A package. Fresh from the master's table.
I do not know you. Where is the merchant?
What's going on with you? What you doing tomorrow?
Somewhere
What you got
the
going on?
guards won't be paying him or his affairs.
Oh.
Fine.
Okay, I hear
Hand over
that.
the goods and be gone. This is lighter than usual. Branded, if I discover you have played me false,
How does this man talk to me like I got a big
Always
sword?
take it back.
you will do no such thing. Your master should cut out your insolent tongue.
Let's fight.
Had you been the tool of any other man, I would see you clapped in chains. Payment. Take it and get out of my sight.
Oh, that sucks. Why are you going then?
Those cigars are worth more than your life. Do be careful.
Yo, that's my dog. Oh yeah, he's following me.
You won't find is it that ails you?
Yeah, he is.
I've herbs to cure all ills. There's nothing here for your kind, Branded. Go on now. Shoot.
These people are
I
racist.
have a delivery from Etienne. Fresh from the master's table.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say so? Times are hard. But this here'll make them less so. For a while at least. Sorry about the welcome.
Yeah.
I meant nothing by
Yeah,
it.
he did.
You wait right here. Here. You can tell Etienne I'm a man of my word.
Perfume.
Oriflamme's finest. Just as promised.
Perfume, cigars, and spirits. Someone has expensive tastes.
All right.
The question is, how can they afford to maintain them?
Ooh.
I suppose there's only one way to find out.
Ask. Go ask. That's how we find out. Whew. So where you going in the mountains? Like you going to is it Georgia or where you going? And why are you going if it's people that you hate?
Ah, you have returned. I believe these are yours.
Oh, some cigars, some brandy wine.
Delightful. The dame will be pleased. You don't say. And would she be pleased to
Yeah, but
learn
I mean-
what you had to exchange for those items?
I know you going because it was prepaid, but why did you pay for it
No need to be coy, my boy.
if it was with people that you hate at a camp that you hate?
An honest man wears deception like shackles about his ankles. I couldn't risk you stumbling under the gaze of the guards. After all, we both know the punishment for dealing in unsanctioned crystals.
Ah,
Such morsels
gotcha.
as I provide. And if you don't know what this day's work
How
may
long are you there
cost
for?
you, then, well, I dare say you'll sleep all the better for it. Despite the risk, our friends beyond the wall gladly give their finest and most treasured wares for the paltry crumbs I trade in. I didn't realize crystals were so scarce here. As scarce as chocobo teeth, hence the thriving market for even the scantest fragments. Do you think it vulgar that I profit from the hardship of others? I think you're doing.
Well, maybe you'll find a way to have fun with it. Hopefully.
Indeed, and I don't doubt the dame would agree. A reward for a job well done. I have the goods I was commissioned to gather, and the guards are none the wiser. I thank you, as will our mutual friend when she hears of how you have aided me.
Yeah, maybe you'll find a way to have fun, man. That's all I can. That's all I can say. Wow.
Did one of them get...
How in the world do I get back there? Oh.
on this side of the gate?
Another one of the dames.
Number one.
Why must she know?
What is going on?
Enough! Curse you! Get away from me!
Kick that guy.
You'll work faster next time if you know what's good for you!
Yeah, it looks like you need it.
Oh goodness. So Blaine's going to your gym now too? We know you don't like him.
The Chamberlain must have sent you, but alas, my work is far from over. If I don't go now, they'll beat me,
You need to rest.
but I won't. I've wounds to heal and bones to mend.
And what of your own hurts?
And wait. That's what my hunger. Thank you.
You should just start making fun of him. He'll leave.
A drover has more regard for his cattle than the Empire does its bearers. Anyway, I'd better head to the Vale.
Just start pointing and laughing. Yeah, point and laugh. He'll.
All right. Are you here for business or pleasure?
Business.
Don't nobody want you
On
streetwalking.
my own. The Chamberlain put me to work delivering food.
Ah, so he found someone to help him then. Just as well. I hear his friends back at court have been taking a little too much interest in him of late.
So he really is a Chamberlain.
Oh,
There was a time when he was the
number one, we found something out.
Us girls thought of him as a generous
About the word that we're going to be
There were
doing next
people
year.
around here who seem bothered by the way the Empire treats its bearers.
Rare for one in his position.
A fact not wasted on the dame. A little nudge from her is all it took.
So
He
I
became
took,
the patron saint of Northreach's starving masses. My sisters and I may have lost an uncle, but bearers are being fed for a change, so we don't grumble.
Oh, that's nice.
Glad to hear it.
It's
So
faith, though, doesn't it?
yesterday,
people out there
yes,
like
yesterday I got all the stuff
And
at
you,
the
Doctor.
shop at
No
the
wonder
schoolhouse
Dane's got
working,
a soft spot for you.
and I did some welding.
Better be going.
Just welding, just like for fun, for practice, you know, just a couple of straight beads. And so when you weld, you're like kind of like this. You're holding, you know, you got the welding gun, and then you hold your other hand on it steady. So this hand was facing where the weld was, and welded for like, I don't know, man, 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, and I'm not talking about like 10 full straight minutes. I mean like, hood up, look at it, talk a little bit, hood down, you know, that, right? So in doing that, I don't know if it's apparent on camera, but see how this is a different color than this one? I don't know if you can see it or not, but yeah. So the welding, the light that the arc makes from the weld will sunburn you. It will sunburn you. So yes. So on my left arm, because it's bright. That's why you gotta wear that mask with that thing over your eyes, because it'll hurt, like seriously, it'll hurt your eyes if you look at it without any kind of protection.
How many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
And yeah, so I got sunburn on my left arm. What up, AJ? I know, it's exactly what I think.
That's enough for today, Branded.
Because you're blind. Yep, but yeah, PPE next year, sunscreen.
Go on. Back to the penalty.
We talking about how I was welding yesterday and I got sunburned just on my left arm from the welder.
Up, a lot of you. There's still work to be done.
Bougie brand.
You, Branded, here now.
Let's see what's the let's see, I'll get the what in the world? Mineral defense sunscreen. Okay. One bottle of this, which is six fluid ounces. 6 fluid ounces of this mineral defense sunscreen is $30. And you can buy a 50 pack. You can buy a 50 pack of this stuff for $675. $675 for mineral defense sunscreen. You know what? I have that. I have over that in the grant that I gotta spend by like the end of the month. Jolie is what it's called. What other kinds we got? I just looked up bougie sunscreen. Clé de Beauté.
You, branded, here now.
What? So 50 grams of this stuff. It's broad spectrum SPF 50 sunscreen. This is like going to be one of the greatest streams ever. It's called De Beauté, probably. 50 grams of it is $140. $140. And you could auto replenish it. You can have them automatically send you more every month. It's a daily broad spectrum sunscreen, so you use it daily. And oh yeah, hold on, here we go. Here we go. Here's one of the reviews. This was submitted by Beach Girl in California. She is aged 45 to 54, and it was done 20 days ago. I was a devoted user of this Zyne/titanium mineral sunscreen for 21 years. 21 years. Because it can be worn under makeup for physical all-day protection. Reordered as usual. When I opened the package today, I was horrified to see the minerals have been removed. And the new formula is 4 chemical sunscreens, which are effective for about 2 hours before they need reapplication. Shame on you, CDP. Neutrogena from the drugstore would work just as well and save you about $120. I now question what other formulas CPD has sold out the quality. Shame on CDP. I mean, you could buy Neutrogena, this Neutrogena peasant sunscreen, and it would work just as well. Man. Oh, hold up. What is it? It's sunscreen review. Here we go. Alright, so this stuff is called Noble Panacea. It's their multi-defense cream SPF 50. Here we go. Alright, so this bottle has 60 doses. So it's 2 months worth. And it is $335. This is a luxurious, smooth SPF 50 cream with rapid absorption. It is the first photo aging protector and corrector activated by UV light, resulting in skin longevity preservation. Bro, what? Yeah. Hashtag think beautifully. This one doesn't have reviews. Alright, AJ, go do your work. Should I reapply during the day? Man, absolutely not. That's like
Branded. Here, now.
every 2 hours. You gotta reapply this garbage every 2 hours. It's got 60 doses. And it costs $335. And it's something you gotta put in. $330, you better jump on me itself. Man, one of the things here is it's reef friendly. Reef friendly. For that much money, this stuff better make me younger. Yeah, like the fish and reefs. I mean, which, you know, I'm all for, you know, protecting the reefs, don't get me wrong. But is the regular sunscreen not reef friendly? Good Lord. All right. Yeah, that's pretty bougie. That's what I'll recommend for students to get. Like, I'll put it in the syllabus. I recommend this brand for enhanced reef-friendly protection.
You're late. What kept you?
Late for what?
Did they tell you nothing? A wild beast is savaging my boy. Well, don't just stand there.
What you mean, like savaging him right now?
Rescue him.
All right.
All right. Where is he?
My, I see they
Yeah.
sent me a branded
Telling
with
you,
a
man.
spine for a change. He's over that way, towards the coast.
He's over
Go
yonder.
And see that you kill the beast.
All right. What we got here? What's this? Oh wow, somebody's putting some things. Ooh. Josh, that's a nasty weld. Alright, I'm back on the game now. So how's your week been, number one?
For someone whose son's in mortal danger, he didn't seem all that worried. Something's not right here.
Something's not right.
I need to be careful.
The wolf! It's going to eat me!
Not if I can help it.
Oh.
Stay back. I'll deal with this.
That was simple enough.
No! You weren't supposed to kill Wolfie. You were supposed to die. Father will have you whipped for this. Bearers aren't supposed to win. They never win.
What is this?
What?
Your father said you were being attacked.
You're not supposed to talk. Stop looking at me like that. We were only having fun.
Having fun?
Ooh.
Why are you still speaking? Father will hear of this.
Smack this. Man, come on. Let me smack it. Come on. I'm tired of people treating me like garbage. Oh, Lord.
The wolf's work, no doubt. But it's not the wolf that's to blame. Someone needs to put an end to this before it happens again.
I'm tired of these people disrespecting Brandon. Alright, Connor. So you ready? Can you hear me now? You back? Alright. So here we go. Alright, so the other day on Tuesday we were talking about the lore behind we were talking about the lore behind Elden Ring, and Connor was good enough to put together a slideshow for us. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch this bad boy and see what it's about. Now, Connor, you said there's a voiceover on this thing, right? Okay. Now, I've never used a voiceover in a thing before. In the last 3 slides. All right, here we go. I'm gonna want to use this on that one. More in depth than the last 3. Okay. So, here we go. Okay. So, Connor is not a friend to the Swifties. All right. Just so that, let's go ahead and get that out there. I was about to say, Connor, there are probably at least 1 or 2 Swifties in the chat right now. So this could be a moment of contention going forward. Or a moment of a topic of contention going forward. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. So here we got a family tree, right? Okay, so I know who Radagon is. Okay, well, I know who Radagon is. It's just, like number one's gonna dip out if there's more than that. I know who Radagon is. He was the last guy at Wasn't he the last guy? He was the boss, and I know Godfrey. He was one of the bosses, wasn't he? So you said this is explained, right? Because this is all based off marriages, and if this is all based off marriages, then the two in the middle, are not good people. Like Radagon and Marika, they are not great because look at this sleeping around. All right, here we go. All right, Marika and Godfrey. Okay, so we're starting over on the right. Here we go. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. The first branch in our family tree stems from Marika and Godfrey. Together they have 3 children. These 3 are Morgott, and Godwin. We will talk about Godwin later, so let's talk about Mog and Morgott. Oftentimes referred to as the Omen brothers, Mog and Morgott were born with the signs of the crucible being the horns that covered their body. They are also both blessed with cursed blood stemming from the influence of an outer god due to their appearance and the overall disdain of those showing the horns of the crucible. The brothers were locked away underneath Lindell in the sewers. This is shown to us through the items referred to as Morgott's shackle and Mog's shackle. Bro, I don't understand. I'm already lost. Blessed with cursed blood stemming from the influence of an outer god. Okay. Horns of the crucible. Mog? Okay. So you just did this off the top. This is off the top of your head, right? You just knew this. All right, here we go. Next one. Oh, continuation. Okay. Their father Godfrey still cared for them quite a bit, despite them being hidden away by their mother as well as the Golden Order. Okay. He made sure they were safe at all times. Due to their turbulent upbringing, the brothers took very different paths in life. After the shattering of the Elden Ring and the imprisonment of Marika, Morgott, who still cared for the Golden Order, chose to become the Erd Tree's protector and fought to hide away the signs of his cursed blood and the crucible. Mog, however, embraced these things and found an outer god called the Formless Mother, which allowed him to channel cursed blood magic. Mog also stole away one of his half-siblings, who was an Ephirian, in hopes of becoming the next Elden Lord. This is drawing... I have so many questions. What's the Golden Order? Okay. Okay, here we go. Ephirian, here we go. All right, before we continue, I have to explain the idea of the Ephirian. Okay, Empyrean. An Empyrean is a demigod selected by the Greater Will, and has the ability to replace Marika as the avatar of the Greater Will. There are only 3 known Empyreans: Ronnie, Michaela, the Molester. Come on, man. And Melania. These 3 by themselves cannot usher in a new age of Golden Order. They require a consort. The only known consorts to have existed are the player character and Radon. Okay. That's a good question, number one. The molester. I don't even know if I need to play this game anymore, man. Is this stream friendly? Radagon and Renala. Alright. While we have no origin for Radagon, we know that Renala is an incredibly powerful sorcerer from the Carrion House of Sorcery. She even goes to lead the School of Sorcery in the Lands Between. Together, they also have 3 children. Rykard, Ronnie, and Radon. We don't have much knowledge of their upbringing. All 3 of their children are incredibly gifted in different types of sorcery. Rykard is very similar to his stepbrother, Moog, because he seeks to upend the Greater Will with help from the God-devouring serpent. Ronnie, who is the Empyrean, in this case is incredibly powerful in full moon as well as dark moon sorceries, just like her mother. Ronnie will also get more explanation with Godwin later on. Radon is the warrior of the 3. This doesn't stop him from being an incredibly powerful sorcerer, though. Radon uses gravity sorceries. He learned these from an Onyx Lord at the School of Sorcery. Radon was also incredibly huge in stature. And you ain't got a body shame him, man. Come on. So huge that he couldn't ride his beloved childhood horse without using gravity sorcery to make himself lighter. If only we could all be so lucky. He was so strong with his magic that he even kept the very stars themselves from advancing in the night sky. After defeating him, the stars are released and a meteor crashes into the land between, giving the player access to Noxtella, which is used for Ronnie's questline. Okay, so he had stopped the stars, and after he gets killed, then the stars are released and a meteor crashes into the earth. Okay. And I remember this. I saw videos of this. He's a big dude riding a tiny horse. And I always wondered, how is this man riding this tiny horse? Apparently it's because he can control gravity. Radagon and Marika. Alright, without a shadow of a doubt, this is definitely the most complicated. Oh, now we're getting complicated. Finally. The reason I say this is because at some point, we don't know when, they begin to inhabit the same body. This doesn't stop them from having 3 confirmed children. Michaela, the molester, Melania, and Mesmer. Michaela and Melania are both Empyreans, while Mesmer was abandoned in the Shadow Realm, where he is killed by the main character later on in the DLC. Michaela and Melania are both cursed just like the Omen twins. However, theirs isn't from the Crucible. Michaela was cursed to be eternally youthful. Oh my god, how dare they? Stuck in a child's body. And Melania has cursed blood, source of the Scarlet Rot. For the entirety of the game, Michaela stays on the sidelines, at least until the DLC. Hold on. So, Melania. Okay. So Melania is the chick that's at the that helps you in the game, right? Got you. Okay. Alright. So, Melania was the best swordsman in the entirety of the Lands Between. I know you're talking about. Okay. For a very long time, she kept her cursed blood under control with a golden needle given to her by Michaela. She also forsook her duties as an Empyrean to be Michaela's sole protector. Her blood has bloomed into the scarlet flower twice. Once during her fight with Radon, cursing him with scarlet rot. This event is what turns Caelid into the rotten and red place that we all know and love. The second blooming comes during our fight with her and turns her into the goddess of rot. Thankfully, she is killed before the implications of her transformation can be known. Okay. Night of the Black Knives. This is probably one of the most crucial events in the entirety of the lore, only behind the shattering of the Elden Ring. This is the night that Ranni sheds her Empyrean flesh, and it also the eve of the first demigod to die in the entirety of the lineage. This is the catalyst for the entirety of the game, as well as the shattering of the Elden Ring. During this night, Ranni hires the Black Knives to steal the Rune of Death, and half of it is used to slay Ranni's body so that she can escape the influence of the Greater Will, while the other half slays Godwyn. See you later, number one. Have fun with Gilmore. Is Gilmore Girls like? That show ended, isn't it? Influence of the Greater Will, while the other half slays Godwyn's soul, but leaves his body, which is in turn becomes the home of the Death Blight. There's a lot going on here. A lot going on here. Oh, here we go.
Okay, so you start the game, and you're given like a little tutorial section where they tell you...
Bro, this is 10 minutes long.
And of course, with every Souls game in the genre, you have to attempt to fight a boss. Now, the only difference here is that this boss is not required to be beat. Whether you die to him or whether you beat him doesn't matter. You're still going to end up underground in Limgrave, your body being retrieved by Ron, the sorcerer. And so as you wake up, you pick up your flasks and you exit the tomb that you're in. And you exit to find an NPC called Varyn. Or Vari, I don't really know how to say his name. Anyway, he tells you that...
That's the dude right at the beginning.
He tells you that you're tarnished and that you have no maidens, and he asks you if you see the guidance of grace, of which of course your character does. And so you follow, he tells you to follow the guidance of grace, and so you follow it to a church, and you keep lighting these sites of grace along the way, and eventually you reach, it's your third or fourth.
I can hear the little, it's subtle, but I can hear it, yeah.
Will be your maiden for the journey. She offers you a deal. Basically, you take her to the bottom of the Erd tree, and she gives you the power to level up as well as a horse. And so you accept this deal, you level up with whatever runes you've collected, and you get on your new horse. Now you have two options. You can either go south to some extra areas which are really required for the story, or you can go north towards the castle of Limgrave, of where you will meet your first real boss. So you traverse your way up to this castle, you go through the front entrance, and you meet Margit, the Fell Omen.
I know that boss.
Margit is he's a pretty tough guy. He definitely weeds out the weaker players. He was a hill. Took me a few days to beat him for the first time. And so you defeat Margit, and then you have the ability to go into the castle. Now here you're given another choice. You talk to this guy, he's like in a room to the side of the front gate, and he tells you that the front gate is entirely too dangerous and that you need to go to the left through this little side passage that leads into the castle. Now the trick is this little sneaky fella, anytime you die, he scoops some of your runes from you, and he keeps them for himself. So each time you go to get your runes, you get a little bit less back. So of course, personally, I take him out and take the front entrance because ain't nobody gonna tell.
Would you notice? Like, do you notice that he's doing this? Does he tell you that he's doing this?
Tell me how to live my life.
It's true.
And so you take the front entrance, which is the most direct route to your next required boss, being Godric the Grafted. Now,
that's the guy with the dragon arm.
Is that each remembrance boss, quote unquote, has a piece of the Elden Ring. And so, like, Godric has one, Radahn has one, Melania has one, Moog, all of them have a piece of the Elden Ring. And when you activate their rings, they give you certain buffs. And so Godric is our first remembrance boss. Remembrance bosses are
What's wrong about it?
main bosses of the game. These are the ones that you're looking to fight. And so
Okay.
you kill
So not everyone.
right? He's not a very tough boss. He's probably the weakest of the Golden Lineage. And he's also quite often shunned by his family.
Okay.
How disgusting he is.
He is
So you
disgusting.
kill
I remember him.
And then you exit to the back of the castle.
I never made it to
You
him, but I saw
access
videos.
to something called Liurnia of the Lakes. Now, there's a few points of interest here. There's the royal house of the Carrion family that you can go to, and there's the Liurnia School of Sorceries that you can go to. So, if you want to get the Ronnie ending, you need to go to the Carrion House of Sorcerers. However, if you don't care about that, you can just go straight to the school, enter in there, and there's another remembrance boss at the end of it. So you travel through this school. It is packed with sorcerers and these configurations that have been made from metal and powered by magic. And you'll find a room where there is something called the Red Wolf of Radagon. And now this boss, fucking first try boss for me, personally. Very low health. He can do some damage with the magic, but he's really not.
I think I may have heard of this boss too.
So when you exit there, you go out into like this courtyard area, right? It's crumbled. There's a big staircase to your right that actually leads up to the remembrance boss, but it's not necessarily connected to the lands, so you have to do some parkour. And so you do your parkour, you get up into the main area with the remembrance boss, and you find Renala, Queen of the Full Moon. Now, Renala is the current head of the school, and she is also one of the most powerful sorceresses in the entirety of Elden Ring. Her family is known for their full moon sorceries. And so her first phase is really weird because she's cradling a piece of the Elden Ring that was given to her by Radagon, who she was married to at one point. And all that does, or all that happens, is she summons these half-built people who produce a shield to cover her, and say you kill the people making the shield and then you take her out. Now for her second phase, Ronnie activates, it's almost like a mirage. It's not the real her, but it is a mirror of what she used to be. And so this mirage is much more powerful, and she uses all sorts of sorceries, especially the most powerful sorcery in the game called Common Azure.
I know that.
She's pretty easy to stagger, so all in all, she's not a very hard boss. And so you take her out, and then your only real option from that point, if you're not going south, is to go to the Grand Lift of Dectus, okay, which usually requires the Dectus Medallion, which you can acquire from a castle in Caelid and a castle in the area south of Lingrave. And so, if you don't want to go get those pieces of the medallion, there is an alternate route you can take that ends in a fight with a magma worm, which are half dragons. They're not full dragons, but they're kind of built of like obsidian, and they spew fire, and they have giant scaled swords. And so, you kill him, and you exit onto the Altus Plateau. Now, when you exit onto the Altus Plateau, there's some triggers in the game that happen, some things change. The only real one you need to worry about is you have access to Radahn's boss fight. As soon as you get up there, your screen says Altus Plateau, you can go to Radahn's boss fight. So to do that, you need to go to his castle in Caelid. And you talk to a man in the castle who says that they're holding the Festival of Radahn, which is basically a festival where the strongest warriors in the land get together to fight Radahn. And it's almost like a funeral. Like, they're trying to put him down. He's been infected by the Scarlet Rot. He's lost his mind. He travels Caelid just eating bodies of the enemies who have come to play him down.
Ugh.
And so, obviously, you participate in the festival because why wouldn't you? And
Yeah,
so
sure, absolutely.
you go and you fight Radon, and this magnificent warrior, who was also an expert in gravity sorceries, literally is holding the stars back. And so in the first phase, he uses a little bit of his gravity sorcery, but you get him to half health, and he shoots into the sky.
I've seen this.
Comes down like a meteor.
Yeah, I've seen this boss fight.
And so, if you manage to survive the meteor, because let me tell you, I did it on my first try. You go into a second phase, which has a lot more of the gravity sorcery incorporated. But once you kill him, the stars are finally free to roam the night sky again. And a meteorite crashes in the area below Limgrave and gives you access to Noxtella, which is an ancient city that you go to for Ronnie's questline. Again, if you're looking to get the Age of Stars ending, which is personally my favorite. But anyway, after you do all that and you get to the Altus Plateau, then you're going to take the next step in your journey.
So, does the game tell you this stuff? Or do you just have to like roam around and find this? Because that's kind of what I noticed that I was doing. When I was playing the game, it never really told me where to go.
Okay, now for part 2. You finally made it to the Altus Plateau. You have overcome some of the toughest challenges in the game. And it only gets harder from here.
Perfect.
So, when you go onto the Altus Plateau, your main goal is you want to get into Lindell, which is the royal capital. That's where the demigods live. That's where all the fine folk live, right? That's rich women up there.
Rich women.
But it's being guarded.
Biddies.
It's being guarded by a draconic tree sentinel. So, to explain to you what the tree sentinels are, they're basically guardians of the Earth Tree. They're eternally strapped to their horses, and they are set to stop anyone who seeks to do any wrongdoing to the Earth Tree. Now, the draconic tree sentinels are basically the same thing. However, they have incorporated into their armory magic from the dragons, such as lightning attacks and stuff like that.
Sounds right.
And so you enter into Lindell, and which this is assuming you beat that guy, obviously, because I don't know if you can. Anyway, you enter Lindell, and you're kind of on the wall. You want to get to the Earth Tree, to the physical base of the Earth Tree, but you're on like a wall at the side of Lindell. And so you travel along this wall, tackling new enemies who blow bubbles at you, question mark, which is odd that they do that, but they do. And eventually, you will climb your way up to a specific room. It doesn't really have a name. However, in this room, there remains a golden image of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. This is an image of him before he was banished by Marika to the far lands. And so you have to fight basically what is a mirror image of Godfrey in his prime before you can even climb up to the Earth Tree. And so after you kill him, you start to climb roots that are woven into this building, a part of its architecture. And so you climb out and you exit onto a pathway that leads to what could only be assumed to be a bedroom. Before you get to it, seated in front of you is a Black Knife assassin. Now, this is the first naturally occurring Black Knife assassin that you will encounter. The Black Knife assassins, if you will refer to my earlier pages, were the ones responsible for killing Godwyn the Golden, the first of the demigods and the most loved. But, you know, you dispatch him all the same. He's no tougher than any other boss you find in this world. So you exit and you make it to the base of the Earth Tree. and waiting for you is Morgott. Now, if that name even sounds slightly familiar, it's because you fought Margit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Margit was a mirror image that Morgott sent out to stop the Tarnished from making it to the Erd Tree, so that no one could get in and usurp the current Golden Order.
But we did.
So, you know, we do our thing.
Mm-hmm.
We dispatch him just like we have done everyone else at this point. And you walk up to the Erd Tree, and it tells you that no one may bypass the thorns. And so you go back and you talk to Melina, who's been with you for this entire journey.
Mm-hmm.
She tells you that you have to go to the mountaintop of the giants. You have to get to their giant crucible of fire, and you have to burn.
I understand. I got you.
You have to commit a cardinal sin to make it in to the Erd Tree. And so she gives you the medallion for the Grand Lift of Rold. And so you take the medallion and you traverse through the city again, and you make it to the elevator and you take it up, and you're greeted by an intense fog and a snowy land with orange wisps floating through the air. Now, this is the only path you could take to the mountaintop of the giants. However, it is shrouded in fog, and it is incredibly hard to see your way. It's pretty straightforward, though. So you take it all the way to another elevator. And you take this elevator up, and you have finally reached the mountaintop of the giants. You exit the elevator, and before you is displayed just white snow everywhere.
I don't even remember
as
seeing
you
any
exit,
snow in the game.
You make it to your first site of grace, and curiously, you find a man sitting there with his hands on his face. Turns out, this is the soul of Shabiri, who has taken over another man's body. Now, Shabiri will not sound too familiar because I've not mentioned him before, but Shabiri basically is kind of a avatar of the Frenzied Flame, which is another ending you can get to the game. At the end of this, after I've described the ending where you repeat the Golden Order, I'll go into the ending.
I never even made it that boss. I made it to like one boss.
The Frenzied Flame. But for right now, let's continue on our path as we make our way through the mountaintop of the giants, and we fight giant hands. You fight giant birds. You fight giants.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, you make it to the top of the mountain. And what is waiting for you there other than the last fire giant? So now why that's important is because America has waged 2 wars in her life.
America?
She was quite a
America?
warmonger, if you will. She did a war against the giants, which was ordained by the Golden Order, for they did blasphemous dealings with an outer god, and they couldn't have that. And so they take out all of the giants except one, and he is forever doomed to protect the crucible that we have come to get access to. He is another stop put in place by the Golden Order to prevent anyone from undoing the current age. So we do our thing. We take him out. He sacrifices his leg to his outer god to get some fire powers. Whatever.
His leg?
He's dead. Doesn't matter. And so he dies. And you climb the chains to this giant bowl of fire. And awaiting for you at the edge is a lone site of grace. As you sit at this site of grace, Melinda talks to you and she says, "Are you prepared to commit a cardinal sin?" And of course we tell her yes. And when we do this, she says, "Let my hand lay upon you one last time." And she puts you to sleep. As she stands and channels the power of this fire to burn the Erd Tree at its core and get rid of the thorns blocking the path. And so, after this, your character wakes up in a strange place. A place that's never even been mentioned to you before. Your character wakes up in crumbling Farum Azula.
Alright.
Okay, now for part 2.
Hold
You
up.
finally made it to the Altus Plateau.
Here we go. Okay. But this final part. I didn't skip anything, right? Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Okay, here we go.
Your character wakes up in this strange land known as Farum Azula, an ancient city once belonging to the dragons who ruled the realm. Your goal is to get the Rune of Death guarded by Malekith.
The Rune of Death.
So you travel through this land. You are stopped by beastmen. You are stopped by dragons. You reach your first boss fight of the area. Now this boss fight is a stupid one, and I hate it. What it is it is a Godskin Stitcher and a Godskin Noble duo fight. But after you kill one, it can respawn. Anyway, we do our thing. We kill them, put them down like a dog.
Like a dog.
And we move on. And you finally ascend to the pathway leading to Malekith, the Black Blade. Before you lies another draconic tree sin. Yet another stepping stone on your path to becoming the Elden Lord. You dispatch him all the same, and you enter the room with Malekith. And it seems that he's forgotten who he is. His first phase is him, but as the beast clergyman. He uses beast sorceries, sorceries. And it's just incredibly aggressive and all over the place, and there's no tact or wit to his fighting. But you take him to half health, and you strike him with something, and he remembers who he is. Malekith.
Slap the memory back into him.
Keeper of the Rune of Death, and he unleashes his sword, which has been enchained into his wrist, and he becomes an elegant and ferocious warrior, meant to dispatch anyone who comes in his way, and this is no small feat.
And you're in his way.
Chaotically, the Tarnished kills Malekith without being hit a single time.
Easy. Easy. All right, we're still going. We're still going.
And after defeating
there we go.
Malekith, you get your hands on the Rune of Death, and you get one final warning. He does not know why you seek it, but to covet such a thing as the Rune of Death is a terrible thing indeed. Once you collect the Rune of Death, you are transported back to the capital city of Lindell. However, something has changed. The city is covered in ash. It is... all the buildings are covered. There's really nowhere to explore anymore. You can still go into the sewers, but you don't gotta. And, there's really one main path to take. There's the only side path is the sewers, and so you take the main path. You climb up into the room where you fought the golden visage of Godfrey. And you're greeted by someone who has been a friend and a companion the entire way.
Chick.
Gideon Ofnir.
Nope.
The all-knowing. And he tells you that he knows in his heart of hearts that a Tarnished cannot become an Elden Lord. And so he has gotten there to stop us from getting in there and doing what he thinks is a big mistake.
Betrayer.
And so we do our thing.
Do
He's
our
not
thing.
a really easy boss because he's a human boss, and so you can stagger him easily. You can chain backstab him. He's weak.
Weak.
It's really what he stands for that makes that fight more impactful than the actual boss fight itself. But what comes up next is my absolute favorite boss fight in the game. I adore it. And it is fighting Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. You enter the room and he is holding the body of Morgoth, apologizing him for being away for so long. But he is back and he is ready to reclaim his throne as the Elden Lord. The only thing that stands in his way is us. And so, we do what we have done to every boss so far.
Our thing.
And we fight.
We did our thing.
Halfway through this fight, Godfrey sheds his good friend, I'm going to call him Sephiroth, even though that's not his name.
All right.
Zeratosh, that's what it is. And he claims the bestial energy for himself.
Welcome back, Josh.
And he changes to Horalu Warrior. And let me tell you, this boss fight quickly, in the span of probably 5 minutes at most, has transformed into a simple boss fight against a guy carrying a giant axe into a WWE Royal Rumble Super Slam match. And this guy, he will toss you into the air and he will suplex you into the ground.
This is Connor's PowerPoint presentation on Elden Ring.
Limb from limb. But we do what we've done with every boss so far.
Our
And
thing.
Take him out.
Yep,
Finally,
took him out.
we can do what we've been looking for. We can enter the Erd Tree. Now, we enter the Erd Tree, and we are greeted by something rather strange. America, crucified, almost in a visage of Jesus Christ himself. But she falls from her golden ark that she is on. And her body transforms. It gains long red hair and becomes more muscular. And suddenly, you're not faced with America. You're faced with Radagon.
Ooh.
So one secret, which I mentioned in one of the earlier slides, at some point in time, America and Radagon have come to inhabit the same body. We do not know when. We don't know if it was before or after they had their children. We don't know. But we know that right now we are fighting Radagon. And he will use any golden sorcery he can. The full power of the Elden Ring to take you out. Because you notice within him
I clicked.
lies the form of the Elden Ring. So as you take him out, his body lays there, and suddenly from a black mist coming from underneath him rises a hand which pulls his body into the depths, and from it rises the Elden Beast. This is the manifestation of the greater will in the lands between.
Seen this boss fight.
This is the final boss of the game. And you do what you have done with every boss so far, no matter what sorcery he uses.
It's just habit by now.
You, no matter what he swings at you.
Yep. It's just habit.
You take him and you put him down.
Yep.
Nothing will stand in your way from becoming the next Elden Lord.
True.
And so after putting him down, you go and Tamerica's body and you become her consort.
Ooh.
The Elden Lord.
Ooh.
Set to rule over a golden age for millennia to come. So now that we've gotten through the main story, I would like to speak just briefly on the two other endings, the Age of Stars ending and the Frenzied Flame ending.
Okay.
So, just real quick, what Frenzied Flame is an alternative to the Golden Order. So, as the Golden Order has the 2 fingers who guides everybody, the Frenzied Flame has the 3 fingers. And the Frenzied Flame is all about chaos and everything being one and returned to that primordial beginning before the Golden Order took over and made everything orderly. And the reason
freedom
that I've ever seen to take this ending is that you can save Melina, but at a cost. At the end of the game, you are lost to the Frenzied Flame, and Melina swears that she will hunt you down wherever you go. And for the Age of Stars ending, which is my favorite ending with Ronnie, you essentially go and you recover the part of the knife that was used to slay her body, and you bring it to her, and she uses this to slay her 2 fingers. Her 2 fingers are what connect her to the Golden Order.
Okay.
And when she slays them, she is free of any outside intention and will. And so you go with her and you become her consort.
Ooh.
You're a married man.
Now, no longer
And
maidenless.
you start the Age of Stars ending.
And that's it. All right. Here we go. Who is this?
So we have come to a close on our story of the Elden Ring. And now let's make something very plain and simple. This story is a massive family dispute over the pieces of the Elden Ring. That's really it. Because after the shattering of the Elden Ring, each demigod gets their own piece of it. And obviously they want to collect more pieces. And so they fight over land, over territories. And the clashes between these demigods are magnificent and grandiose, such as the fight between Melania and Radahn, which is probably the most destructive fight that has happened in the lands between. But I want you to understand something.
Uh-oh.
I have given you the most bare bones description of the player's journey that I possibly can. I could get into such nitty-gritty. I could get into the secret bosses. I could get into the lore implications of those secret bosses and what we find out from them. I could get into probably 30 minutes of lore.
I feel like I'm getting threatened.
Before the game ever even takes place. But I have been graceful.
Oh, graceful.
I have chosen to give you a description of the main players, being the families, right, and their sons and their daughters. And I have given you the bare description of the player's journey. Now, if you would like a more in-depth description, I can prepare a more formal introduction to the other parts of Elden Ring, including the DLC. I didn't even talk about Mesmer because we didn't even know he existed until the DLC. And so I leave you here with these parting remarks, knowing that you got off easy and that I could have spent hours talking about this game.
All right. Hey, cinema. That was good, Connor. I really like that. Very good. All right. You know what? This is made. Here you go. This should make you feel good. This has made me now want to go back and try the game. That's how good it was. Maybe actually do an Elden Ring playthrough, and this time go. See, all right. Here's my problem in games like that and like Baldur's Gate 3 is what I'll do is I'll get online and I'll see different builds, and those will look fun. So I want to try them. So I'll abandon the build that I've been working on and try to do one of those builds. And basically what happens is I end up like just starting over so many times. And that's how I can put like 100 hours on Baldur's Gate 3 and never make it through Act 1. So yeah, maybe I'll go back and I mean, I've got till October. There's like pretty much no game really coming out until October that I really want to play. I want to beat this game because I feel like I'm still really early in it. Voices of the Alright, I gotta remember that. What is that? Yo, do you have Twitch Turbo? That's awesome. All right, Connor. Thanks. Hey, man, I appreciated that. That was fun. Yeah, thank you for stopping in, man. We'll see you later on. Look at this guy right here. This guy right here tried to set me up.
Instant. How dare you frighten my son? You slaughter his poor pet and then have the gall to return, head held high. That wolf was trained. Better trained by far than your worthless kind. You are the entertainment, nothing more. And we are most certainly not entertained.
Nor am I. You'll pay for what you've done.
Let's cut him down.
See? I told you, he talks too much. It's not right. I don't like him, Father.
You're not the Branded I bought, are you? How dare you deceive me? Well, the sins
What's Turbo do for you?
The sins of the master. Go, summon the unlucky wretch you answer to.
I know, like, it makes it where I think you don't have to... I think, like, any channel you go into, you don't have to sub. Like, the only thing I really know about it is I know there was a category on, all free, all channels. And I get, like, there's a category of, like... So you don't have to sub... But you basically just being in any channel gives them income, like in a way. Ooh, that wretch will be me or the dame. You know what? I got to keep up appearances.
That unlucky wretch would be the dame.
Ooh, what now?
Summon her if you like, though I doubt she would welcome the interruption.
You serve the dame. Why would a woman of her caliber...
Because I'm awesome.
You look afraid. Well, how do you think those bearers in the field felt? Can you imagine their fear? Their pain? From the look of you, I'd say you're starting to get an idea of the first. Now, if you need help with the second...
Let's sort him.
Father, he's scaring me.
Him too, both of them.
To threaten us, Branded? The dame's pet or no, I will not abide such insolence.
Let's do it.
Just buy another hound. A bigger one. A better one.
Of course, my son. I'll have the villagers fetch us another. With jaws powerful enough to nip this Branded's head clean off his shoulders.
Nice. What that? That's good. That's good for me and you. Alright, bro, let's go back and do this,
I'm
dude.
wasting my time. But I can't just leave those bearers lying out there. They deserve a proper burial. That much I can do at least.
Alright, alright.
How many bearers have lost their lives to this nobleman's sport?
We're like about to lead a revolution. I got a feeling.
All victims of the nobles' games. You must be Clive.
How do you know my name?
The Dame.
Nice scarf.
I'm in her service. Like yourself. Never gets any easier, burying the dead.
Is that what you're here to do?
The mistress has me see to it that none are left to the crows. Since you're here, can you give me a hand?
Gladly. Let's put them to rest.
See, we're not putting the ones that need to be put to rest. Well,
May
no.
the burden finally be lifted.
They need to be put to rest, obviously. But we need to put
slew the nobleman's pet.
I did.
the nobleman to rest.
Oh, I expect they'll find another soon enough. And when it gets here, more bearers will die. How can they think so little of sending us to the slaughter?
Simple. Because you are not them. Bearers are tools when they're needed, and toys when they're not. And if one breaks, well, you can always buy another. Still, such attitudes don't always go unpunished.
Oh. Oh, is that my dog? Get the boy too.
Is this your doing?
Of course not. Wolves kill. It's in their nature. Invite one into your home, he's gonna tear your throat out eventually. Same with bearers. Fed or not, they don't lack for fangs. What will folk do when they bite back, I wonder? The realm's nest two murderous bastards, and I won't mourn the loss.
Wow. This dude is cold-blooded.
You don't have to.
Take it. You never know. Our paths may cross again.
So this is a game of liberation.
Till then.
A revolution. Like we're freeing the people. That's what I'm talking about. Well, nah, like they're like doing the bears wrong, and you know, people is coming back. Oh yeah, we freed them of their yeah, we freed them of everyone else's problem. What's up, lady? Hooah! What you looking for?
Have you seen my Chloe? I let her out of her pen while I did my chores, but she hasn't come back yet. I think she's lost. Please, can you help me look for her?
I can.
I can't promise I'll find her, but I'll try.
If she says that it's a bear,
Beautiful white hair. She lets me stroke her when I'm sad. She's ever such a good girl. So quiet and kind.
if this is a
She
bear,
likes walking in the wheat. I know the fields are big, but she's never got lost before.
if this girl is talking about a
Must be
bear,
starving too. She hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. It is my job to feed her.
In that case, let's not keep her waiting.
she better not be talking about a person.
That's a lot of field to search. With a little luck, someone might have seen her.
She never said what she was.
Work these fields. need to ask you something.
A branded. And an outsider at that, judging by the lack of manners. Why should I help you, eh? You tell me that.
Because a girl from the village asked me to find her pet. Chloe. Have you seen her?
Chloe, is it? Oh, little Lisette's plaything. Last I saw, the filthy creature was sniffing about the windmill.
They're talking about a
Girl's
person.
old enough to know she should tie her pet up when she's finished playing with it.
The windmill.
Off with you now. I won't have idle branded underfoot.
I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, is that Chloe?
Chloe? More brown than white. You're not Chloe, are you, girl? Is that?
Oh no,
someone
man.
napping on the job?
There's someone napping.
I hope they don't mind the interruption.
I'm about to wake them up. Man, that ain't a nap. White-haired.
The crystal's curse.
Chloe, I
Wow.
was calling you. Didn't you hear me?
What?
I knew it.
Get up now. You've slept long enough. It's time to go home. Chloe? Why did you already turn into a rock? I only made you do a bit of magic. You knew you were my favourite. None of the other Chloes had pretty hair. It could be months before Dad gives me another one. I have to wait until they're too tired to work anymore.
Is that all she was to you? A plaything? Do you really not care that she's dead?
She's not dead. She's a rock.
That? The crystal's curse? That's just how she died. And now she's gone forever. Giving another bearer her name won't change that.
No, don't say that.
It's true. And without that brand, she would have been just another girl. Somebody's daughter. Just like you.
Dad said bearers don't have parents.
They do. Parents that give them away. Families they'll never see again.
Oh,
She
see.
became Chloe's family when you took her in. Remember that.
Now though,
And remember her.
now I'm starting to get emotionally invested. Rage. Yeah, cry. Little gremlin. See all of these people.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here. Are you Bertrand?
Yep.
The dame sent me.
Get them.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarrelling with a soldier.
Mm-mm.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out, keep your head down.
I'm a no.
Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
Come on, baby.
Good girl. Alright. She crawled in the bag, so.
Get out.
Good night.
Come on, baby. Come on. Molly's down here. girl. Always comes down when she's ready to go to bed for the night. Right, baby. I still got to get the Molly cam hooked up. What you got, brother?
Oi, don't touch anything.
Man, I hate these people.
If that's what you want. I pay what it's worth and no more. Not enough for you? Pity that. Good riddance.
I hate all these people.
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon. You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
What's this? A branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
Good God.
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the Dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good lady's servant. What is it that she requires of me?
My mom's cat'll do that.
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Molly don't sleep in random places. She's got a bed over here, right next to me, or she's on that bed with me.
For a newer one. But,
or if it's storming, she'll actually be under my desk at my feet.
Certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the Dame. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most helpful.
No, we'll tell you were a jerk. Watch me jump this fence. Hoo-ah! Awesome. Oh, there's a bunch of wolves.
It smells of death here, Torgal.
Or it's about to. Haha!
We can't let them get any closer to the village.
Get him! Get him, boy! There, boy!
Oh.
Sicko, Torgal!
I don't even know what that means. Oh.
You know what to do.
An alpha. Oh, get him. Nope, nope, nope.
Sicko, Torgal! Get him! Over here.
Easy. Oh, wow. That's pretty neat. Dang, man, they be letting
the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry.
The wolves around here are voracious, man.
So it is you, Tatienne.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to sea every night.
Yeah, I saw it.
You said her name was Tatienne.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that?
Yeah, I saw you, Welds.
Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod.
Oh yeah, I saw the Twitch thing.
Someone else.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that before, I think.
The new comb. I think she's got herself a new gallant.
I've seen something like it before.
Find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to more for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
Well, it is.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh?
You know,
he might not be
2 weeks or so from
I think he meant
from
to
the
ask
4th.
something
Mine
else.
is the way Georgia is. I'm surprised he
stole the
waited
old
this
comb
long.
And bought her a new one. In the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach with a dame waiting. And we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
You're probably right. It will sound better coming from me. Although you like the most handsome dude in the realm.
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
If it was a message that needed delivering, I could have seen to it, milady.
Of course you could, had it not been personal. You are still in one piece, I see.
Mm-hmm.
You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived.
Oh.
They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then?
What was left of her? Yeah, I used I had an Android before I had a Apple phone.
It is by no means uncommon for a client.
Like I had an Android for longer than I've had an iPhone.
Especially a client who's young and far from
Nice.
But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
Here's your comb.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks.
An idea of where to go.
Counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Oh.
Not to mention the same thing.
Yeah, a lot nicer than everybody else.
All of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will.
So you have Android Auto as an operating system?
Again.
supposed to get up there? Ah, okay.
Weren't expecting any new brand
Oh, okay.
until the new moon. Don't think he's a deserter, do you?
Give me that. Climb, bro. Alright, after this, after we get done with this part, I'm probably gonna be heading to bed. Hey, Sid.
Trouble on the way.
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I am, the deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door.
Oh. Yeah, I know his voice. Sid. He also was a character in Diablo 4. He's got a good voice. He's got a really good voice. Yeah. Yeah, he was the guy that well, he's the guy that's basically been helping you. And he plays like the supporting character in that, just like he does in this.
Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a...
Oh!
brothel.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
So then, how do we proceed?
We'll be using the glass gate. Tonight, just after sunset.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrec.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut. And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Sid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight...
If? You wound me, Jill.
What I'm trying to say...
He just background
powers
noise.
that be know all of this. Why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do whatever it takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools, and the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic?
I mean, I do.
Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I'm in.
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Sid the Outlaw. Ah, that'll do me.
Like you.
Might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. If it means my deeds will be remembered, I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
Alright, so let's go here and see if we can't make us up some new weapons first.
Well?
So, will it be?
Oh, we can. We can make us a new weapon, but that's about it. But it's better by 15. Let's do it.
Not bad. If I
Yup.
do say so myself.
All right. Oh, look at it. Oh, it looks good.
And what do you want?
What do you want?
Go on then.
No, we're gonna hold on to that. Have anything here need to be sold? No.
Come again. Or don't. I'm not.
Heifer. Alright, so
Much
now
better
I need
the other
to... Everybody's grouchy in this game, man. Alright. Alright, I think that's gonna be it, man. I'm about to shut her off and go to bed. But I appreciate you hanging out tonight. And have fun on your trip next week. As much fun as you can have, I guess. Alright, man. Take care. Again, thanks for hanging out. Have fun, be safe, and we'll see you when you get back. Alright, man. Peace.